Hey guys, I am the Seaman235. I know this is incredibly old news at this point. Yeah, alright, so story here was after I was done with the E3 videos, I wanted to take a break from YouTube for about a month because I was getting really sick of recording and editing, especially editing. Recording is not so bad. I originally had this recorded. I'm not sure how good that is now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll re-edit a few things around. All I know is that I never got the chance to record Nintendo. So, I'm going to talk about what I remember. If I forget something, I'll list it in the description, but I don't mean that out of any sort of malice. I will say that, overall, E3 was pretty messy, to say the least. But I want to talk about the rest of the E3 conferences just because, I mean, I have the other videos. They're kind of unfinished, so let's get this out of the way so I can continue not doing anything because I'm a lazy fuck. So first off, let's just do Nintendo first, since that's the one I haven't recorded as of yet. The first thing they showed off was a game called Daemon X Machina. Now, yeah, get it? Deus Ex Machina, Daemon X Machina. Yeah, but with that said, this game actually looks a lot like Zone of the Enders. Am I the only one who got that impression? But apparently it's like a new IP. I'm not sure if it's a third-party thing or a Nintendo thing. If it is a Nintendo thing, this seems so un-Nintendo. But it's interesting to say the least. We'll see how it turns out. I do like that if it is Nintendo making it, I do like how different it is compared to some of their other franchises. I like it when Nintendo does something different. Even if they fail, it is nice to see that the company does want to change their image of just doing the same thing with Mario every time. That's what I like about, even though I haven't played it, Blasphemy I know. I will, alright? I will. That's what I liked about Breath of the Wild and Odyssey and their success, is that they're so out there for their franchises, but that's good. I appreciate that, because it gives a sense that they're trying to do something different. Also, forewarning, my voice might be a little groggy. I'm not sure. My voice has been really bad lately. I'm not sure why. But with that said, yeah, that's... You know, Daemon X Machina looks very different for Nintendo, assuming it even is Nintendo, so that's neat. As for the other things they have some DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles, which, you know, has Shulk and Fiora, the characters from the first Xenoblade Chronicles game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I've heard some rather mixed things about, but I hear overall that it's a decent game, so for those who are fans of it, you get more content, and for those who are fans of the first game and the second game, you get some extra stuff with two sets of characters you like. So that's fine. Then there's Fire Emblem, which, I'm not really into Fire Emblem, so I won't spend that much time on this, but graphically, it looks no different from Warriors, honestly. But honestly, Warriors pretty much used the Fire Emblem style, so that's not really that big of a deal. They probably use the same graphics engine. All I know is that, you know, it's another Fire Emblem game, so if you like Fire Emblem, you're in for a treat next year. So that's good. You got to see that. And that's pretty much it. Besides the big one. I can't really... They showed some indie games off. I'm not really going to list any of them here, because I'm pretty sure by this point it's really useless. But that's pretty much all of the major announcements. Other than that, there's, that was pretty much it. And the rest of it just became Sakurai's, essentially, showing of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which... I might just make a video for that separately. But Smash Ultimate does look amazing. Everything they showed off about Smash Bros. Ultimate has been awesome. I love Smash 4, and I love the idea. I thought this would never happen, honestly, but Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game where every single Smash Bros. Character is available. Everyone. Even fucking Pichu. Fucking Pichu is in Smash again. You know what? I have never been happier to see that little fucker. I was so shocked when I saw Pichu and Snake and all of them, and I was just like, holy shit. Smash Ultimate does seem to be doing things a bit differently, though. They're changing up a lot of movesets, which I appreciate that they're doing that. I also appreciate that it's similar enough, yet different enough from Smash 4 to be worthy of purchase, for full price at least. which is something I like out of my ports. I don't know whether it's a port or not. Look, if it's a port, if it's a new game, that's up to you. I don't care. I'm considering this an updated, a new Smash 4.8, if you want to call it that. There, Smash 4.8. It's in the middle of Smash 5 and Smash 4.5. Happy? So there, Smash 4.8. But you know what? That's fine. I'm happy with the game the way it looks. It seems that they're ditching a lot of the defensive maneuvers that Brawl, especially Brawl and 4 had. And they seem to be going for a more offensive-based gameplay, where air dashing doesn't work as well if you spam it, which is fine. I don't really mind that. It also, I believe shielding also, lasts shorter than it does. I'm not entirely sure. It seems to be going for a balance between competitiveness and non-competitiveness, and kind of like what Smash 4 tried to do, and unfortunately for a lot of people they say it failed. But yeah, Rage seems to be toned down, which I never really had a problem with Rage, but I know some people did, so that's a good thing. The gameplay seems faster. KOs seem a shit ton faster, which I'm not sure how to feel about that, but yeah, I'll probably adapt to it anyway. All I know is that the gameplay mechanics, it's nice that they're changing them up a lot more than they did in Smash 4. Even though I felt Smash 4 did enough changes to be, good enough as it is. I love Smash 4. But this one seems to be trying to find a balance. And Sakurai says he wants to combine the fan bases of the Melee competitive players and the Smash Brothers Brawl and 4 competitive fan base. I'm sorry, Sakurai, I think you're grasping at straws there. It's probably not... Competitive players have always been fickle. They're always a fickle bunch. And I'm not saying every Smash player is like that. No, I know there are plenty of tournament players that are reasonable, and I know casual players can be just as bad. I mean, look at the Yu-Gi-Oh fan base. They have shit competitive players and shit casual players. I mean, Christ. But with that said, I know that both sides of the fence can be bad, but competitiveness are usually very fickle, whereas casuals are usually bitchy about the fickle bunch, and sometimes too bitchy, and that's how that works. So, I don't think it's going to work. I admire the attempt. I don't think it's going to work. I think Melee is still going to be played over Smash Ultimate, and Smash Ultimate is going to be said to be just another shit Smash game. But, whatever. I don't really care about any of that stuff. I don't care about tier lists and stuff. It just looks like a really fun Smash game. Having every Smash player is awesome. As for anything else I can really say about it, I mean that's really it, honestly. I do love that we have Ridley now. I mean, I was against not against it. I was not for the idea, nor was I against the idea of Ridley. I just didn't think he was going to show up because he was too big. But Sakurai pretty much said people wouldn't shut the fuck up about Ridley, so I brought him back. I brought him in the game as a playable character. And you know what? He looks really freaking fun. He looks really stupidly powerful. But at the same time, I just love that they did it. He looks a bit weird, but I love that they did that, though. I thought it was just funny. So, yeah, Ridley's here. That's pretty awesome. All of the characters, the previous third-party characters are back. Cloud is back, and he's great. I know everyone loves him. No one thinks he's an overpowered bitch. Bayonetta's here, which means everyone's gonna bitch about her. Meta Knight should be the most OP thing ever, and I think that this will probably be the best Smash game for competitive players because it pisses them off so much. Now I'm just being petty. Point is, Smash Ultimate looks amazing. I can't really say anything else about it. I mean, Smash Ultimate was just a showcasing of all the characters, some new features of those characters, some new moves, and it was all great stuff. But honestly, that's really all it was. A shit ton of info. It might as well have been a Smash Direct. I kind of wish they made 2 Directs, one for typical Nintendo stuff. Like, a big disappointment for a lot of people was that they didn't show Metroid, they didn't show Yoshi, which was weird. That got delayed recently. Couldn't you give us some details on that? They showed Let's Go Pikachu as well. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which I know some new info about the gyms came out. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't read up on it. I should probably do that since I'm a Pokemon fan, but I don't really care about those games. I don't really care about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I know it's just going to be like a sub-series for Pokemon Go players, and that's fine. Pokemon Go was a success. I know a lot of people bitch about it because it's baby's first Pokemon when Pokemon is already kind of a baby's first RPG in general, especially a lot of the later games. But I know a lot of people are bitching about that. I don't really care because ultimately I'll just speak with my wallet and not buy it. I don't really care for Let's Go Pikachu because it's not really my kind of game. I'll wait for the next generation next year, since they did say, and I do approve of Nintendo doing this, they said that it was coming out sometime next year, and I appreciate them for doing that, so I'll just wait till next year to buy another Pokemon game. And honestly, I'm kind of happy too. I'm kind of happy Gen 8 is coming out next year, because one, it turns out more polished. Two, it may actually, Let's Go may actually be somewhat of a tech demo for this, since they, have some features that I do like. I love how Pokemon are actually out in the wild this time. Like you see them on the field before you fight them. I really hope that makes it into Gen 8. And at the same time, it'll turn out better in every sense. Plus, it's just nice to see they're taking their time with it. And I have more time to beat Ultra Moon, because Ultra Moon is so similar to the original Sun and Moon, and I just got bored of it. And I should beat it eventually, because I really need to. And it's not even a bad game, it's too similar. I played Sun and Moon twice, it's... One day, I swear. With that said, though, it gives me more time with the other games, since I have a backlog, and at the same time, it just has more development time for Pokemon, which is nice. So yeah, I'm not really too bent out of shape over it. I know a lot of people are. Overall, the Direct was pretty meh. I don't think it was bad. I just felt it might as well have been just a Smash Direct, honestly. I know a lot of people probably would have been disappointed with that, but, honestly, Nintendo really didn't do as much as they should have with their Direct. They didn't show off a lot of the games that we were excited for. The best announcements, in my opinion, were Fire Emblem, Daemon X Machina, since that looks rather interesting, and Smash Brothers. But that's about it. And that's 3 announcements. And that's like 3 of the, 5 I covered? Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, yeah, that's nice that we see more of it, but we already know a lot about it. Indie games, great, I'm glad you're showcasing them, but you're just doing that, you're just showcasing them. That's really it. If you had an entire Direct for it, that would be a different story, but you didn't. You just showed off that these were coming, and that was about it. I think there was another game as well. There was this Alligator Ranger guy in Smash Brothers. I put a picture of him. I think he's getting a new game too, but it didn't really look too amazing, so I didn't really mention much about it. But whatever. Maybe people are fans of... Watch, it's a Japan-only game that people are fans of, like Mother 3. I'm so sorry I didn't play this obscure, expensive-as-all-hell game by buying a $550 Famicom that I should have. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about that. Shut up, alright? I can't play every game. Nintendo's Direct was pretty meh. I loved the announcements in it, which is why I consider it better than Sony and EA. But I will admit, they should have showed off a lot more. I felt they went on a bit too much long about Smash Brothers. What they should have done is they should have, instead of it, and this is something that kind of bothers me, Nintendo's Directs for E3 are short as hell. They're usually a half an hour to 45 minutes. They really should make this an hour. Because this is E3. I know E3 is becoming less and less important, but E3 should be treated as a big thing. One of the reasons why it's probably not being treated as important anymore is because it's just the showings are nothing special anymore. I think they should have made this about an hour, about as long as Sony's was. And the first half was dedicated to Metroid Prime, Yoshi, Fire Emblem, Daemon X Machina, indie games, and whatever other games they want to show. And then afterwards, the rest is Smash Brothers. I think if it was like that, if it was a more even balance, I don't think people would have bitched as hard about this. They probably still would have bitched, but, fanboys, they bitch. So, with that said, I think they should have showed off a lot more, especially with Metroid Prime 4. I mean, Yoshi was delayed, so that's understandable, but why Metroid Prime 4? Why? Why Metroid Prime? I don't understand that. You should have a basis for what the game is going to be like. It's probably not going to be that different from the first 3 games. Whatever. So yeah, Nintendo's was just okay. I'll talk about Sony's and Microsoft's at some point, so look forward to that whenever I get to them, because I'm tired. But yeah, Nintendo's was just an okay conference. If I had to give it a grade, probably give it around a C, C-, because again, they just spent way too long. Smash Brothers is probably the only reason it wouldn't be a C-, actually. It'd probably be a C or a C+, and that's only because of Smash Brothers, but that's my bias. For those who aren't fans of Smash, it would probably be somewhere about a D or a D+ at best. And that's understandable. I disagree with the notion that it's worse than EA, but, you know, whatever, that's EA. EA always sucks. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I'm the Seaman235, signing out, and I'll see you guys for the last 2 of these things that are really outdated and probably should have come out at least a month earlier.